going on, guys? Welcome to the Week 6 recap with your Commish show. Brian, Sean, as you guys well know, we're going to do basically a quick recap of last week's games, which are actually a lot of really good games. So, we'll kind of go into that a little bit. And we have a couple guys we're going to have on the show and kind of just do a little talk about, since we're right now roughly around the halfway point of the season, kind of just do a little talk of how we think things are going, where maybe we think things are headed. So, with further ado, let's do the Week 6 recap. First game on deck here, we've got Beasting like Pablo Sanchez, Brian's team, which had a real tight game with Frank's Blossom Bums. And this one came down the wire. Unfortunately, Brian, you were on the losing end of this, lost by a point, but both of you guys were the high scorers of the week, so really, really tough matchup. I feel for you. And obviously that catapults Frank now to 5-1 and the lone leader spot atop of the league. So good job, Frank, who's also been wheeling and dealing again. And yeah, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, great game. You had the two high scorers of the week separated by 1 point. Came down to a late New England block extra point, which got him 4 points, which got his defense from 0 to 4. But yeah, Frank, great week. He just got Matt Forte from Warner for Emmanuel Sanders.
Dumb.
So hopefully that'll help both teams. Warner said he needed a running back, but he has the best running back in the league right now. But I guess we'll see how that works.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But Frank playing the game strong, playing it smart. Keep it up. Next we've got Mike's game. And as you guys might recall, Mike adamantly talked about the Marcus bye last week in last week's episode. Unfortunately, that bye didn't come because Marcus smacked Mike in the mouth, 142-107. The silent assassin might not say a lot, but he speaks through his actions with that thumping. So maybe Marcus has got a little fire now, and we'll see if he can keep that consistency going. Your thoughts? I thought that was kind of funny that, after the big shit talk, Mike looking like he might be one of the top teams in the league, and then little dip there. So.
Yep. I wasn't expecting that at all.
No, I don't think
Marcus, if you look, he's tied for third with Warner for most points.
Yeah.
Also, after I gave Marcus a lot of shit last week for playing the Miami defense on a bye.
Yeah.
Last week, Mike played his defense on a bye. Luckily, he beat Tony. But this week, he played his kicker on a bye, and he lost to Marcus. He got crushed there.
Yeah, but even if his kicker had played, it still would definitely not have been enough because this was a thumping. So, better luck next time, Mike. And Marcus, hopefully you can keep this streak going. Next, we've got D's Nuts, Warner's team, obviously going up against multiple scoregasms Gunners. And Warner just keeps surprising. I think he's on a 3-game win streak. And, he wasn't a squeak out. He had a comfortable win, 142-120, so a 22-point win. Gunners on a little bit of a slide. Gunner was 3-1, has lost the last 2, so we'll see how these guys continue shaping up as the season continues. Next, we've got Andrew Scott Sterling versus the Alabama Slammer. And I think a lot of us were thinking that Dustin was going to get his first win, but Andrew came in at the last second, stole that win from him to keep it for himself, moving himself to 3-3, and Dustin still the only 0 for 6. So, I don't think things are looking good for Dustin. I looked at the projections for this coming week, and I don't think he's projected.
He's playing Marcus though, so if Marcus has he's had a few weeks under 70 points.
Yeah, so we'll see. It'll definitely be an interesting matchup. Next, we've got me versus Robert, so hide and go seek, and by the beard of Zeus. Robert probably could have won this matchup if he had actually been able to tinker with his lineup. I know he's out of town and got a little glug and forgot. And unfortunately, not able to make some of those adjustments. So I think by that, it helped me out because I know I didn't have too many guys play well. I also sat a receiver who put up 35, but sometimes you just can't predict a guy who's coming back from injury how they're going to do. So we'll see, but Robert, again, bad luck just constantly keeps hitting you. But we'll go from there.
That's his own fault, though.
That is.
But he only had you only had him by 14 points, and he had 2 people not play at all.
Yeah, he definitely, like I said, definitely could have gone.
That should have been
his
a win for Robert.
Definitely, but nonetheless, I pushed on. It's 4 straight wins for me, so I'm pumped about that. And then finally, in the last matchup, this one was a good good matchup.
Another close one.
Yeah, Tony. We had some close games this week, which is good. So Tony, Team 10 Minute versus Ray, the Zeus Factor, and Ray squeaks this one out on Monday night because, of course, 3/4 of his team hadn't played yet, and luckily, even though you look at his numbers, nothing stood out dramatically awesome, but he got enough wealth to spread around throughout the whole team that is enough to take out Tony by 2. So I'm sure Tony's really it just hasn't been a good week for Tony. We apologize, Tony. I know you've had a rough few days, but hopefully next week will be better, and we'll see. But yeah, Tony moves to 4-2, and Ray's now 3-3. So a lot of close races. You take Dustin out of it, that outlier. A lot of these teams are really close, record-wise and matchup and potential. So I think it's going to be an interesting second half of the season, and obviously something we'll talk about here in this next segment. We've got. So we'll go ahead and bring on our guys. We've got Andrew, our producer. We're going to have him on. And also we've got Mike in the house today. So guys, why don't you join us up here?
Welcome to the show, guys.
Guys, I brought cookies for everybody.
Very good. Anyone, go ahead and help yourself.
What kind of cookies, Mike?
They're
I'll
pumpkin spice.
Sounds like some white girl
Your
stuff.
basic bitch cookies.
I don't know about that, guys. Anything pumpkin, I think, is fantastic. Fan-fucking-tastic.
They taste good, at least.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, basically, just kind of just pick your brain, see what your thoughts are, how you feel the season's been going, what you think about the league. Hopefully, this is something we can continue after we graduate. But any thoughts you have on how it's going and where you maybe think teams or people are going to end up at the playoff time?
I feel like the surprise through pretty much half of the season has been Warner.
Oh,
he got so much shit at the draft.
Well, yeah,
he deserved it because he's Warner.
He's Warner.
But he's impressed so far. I will give him a lot of credit for that.
He's done well. He's made some dumb moves and little simple mistakes, but his team is actually really solid, and I think it's built for a good run. So hopefully he can keep it up, and we'll see where things go. But he's definitely looking pretty good right now, and probably not as people are really looking to think that's going to be a walkover win now. So
yeah, well, he's made a lot of dumb moves, but the one really great move was that Devontae Freeman. We talk about it every week because
insane pickup.
He gets 35 plus every week. It seems like.
And the funny thing is, it's a great move, but I don't think I can necessarily say Warner predicted that Devontae was just going to light it up because from hearing about things in the preseason, he had lost the starting job to the rookie Tevin Coleman out of Indiana. So I don't think they were thinking he was just going to be lights out, but now he's just like looking unstoppable out there. So it just helps them. He just got lucky, but he can just keep riding that train. So
you have to wonder how long it will last.
Yeah.
If he keeps it going or not.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Other things, anything else that comes to mind, or anything that you think maybe you'd like to see different with how the season or how we've been running the league, or things you want to see happen in the future or whatnot?
I would like to see more special guests on the Commish show. I say we get, JD.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to have...
Just let you guys know, I am in works trying to come up with a fun thing to do with JD. We've got a couple ideas bouncing around. We just need someone to... for either him or myself. We're waiting on working out some of these negotiations, but come to an agreement on something. But it'll be a special treat, so we'll definitely, when we do that, we'll let you guys know what we got in store. And some of you guys might actually be invited in on this circumstance or what we might be having planned to take part in with JD. So definitely look forward to that. I think things have been going pretty good. I think we got a good group of guys. Everyone actually seems to be putting effort in, trying to play. So I'd like to see that continue, especially even, this is something I think would be fun for when we do go our separate ways, kind of still stay in touch and have some fun with it. So I definitely think so. I think the second half of the season is going to be pretty good. A lot of the teams are close. So I think it's going to be a real nail-biter when it comes to the playoff times. Remember, top 6 teams make it in. So either if you win your division or you just happen to be one of the top 6 records, that's how you're getting in. So really try to make those moves, pushes. And speaking of moves, Frank, I'll give him credit. A lot of times I've been in fantasy leagues before. Not a lot of trades happen. A lot of people just fall in love with their lineups if they have a decent team. Don't want to give anyone up. Frank's out there making moves, and look at him. I mean, they're paying off. He's not like trade raping anyone or anything of that nature. He's making solid moves, so I'm definitely excited to see that. I'd like to see some more moves made if possible, and if you guys are interested, just propose those ideas. Let us know what's out there. Talk to whoever you're interested in. It's definitely makes it more exciting and interesting.
He's also got Des Bryant coming back too, so
that'll be interesting. His team's getting especially with him getting 410.
Absolutely.
So, what do you guys think about maybe how the league's set up in terms of scoring? Do you think the things are with the scoring rules or anything you'd like to see changed, altered, added, taken away?
I think it's fair.
Yeah, I think everything's pretty fair with our league.
Agreed. I think.
Good point.
Yeah, I think PPR is what we've got. I think that kind of is good, adds value to certain players. I think it would be fun. I've never been in one. I don't know if you guys would ever be interested in doing one with you pick defensive players too. I think that'd just be kind of interesting, as an experimental kind of thing. Or even turning. I'm not sure. I forget if we've made this a keeper league or not.
We never discussed it really.
So if this is something you guys all want to stay in with, for maybe the next season, we can start a keeper league kind of thing when we do our drafts, or maybe even try to experiment with drafting one or two defensive players in addition to like a defense or something like that. Just trying to mess around with it, see what's fun or whatnot. There's a lot of different ways you can obviously play the fantasy football. So, but I think it looks like everyone's enjoying it, having fun.
Yeah.
I think we've got most of the money in from everybody, but I know we still need
Hopefully.
it from a couple people. So again, guys, just by the end of the season, we'd like to get that all collected so we can dish out the winnings. But yeah, I think things have been going pretty good. We definitely would like to have more of you guys on, so feel free to make an appearance if you guys want to do a special segment or anything like that. Let us know. I think it'll be a good time. Any parting words, anything else you want to talk to, maybe the guy you're playing this week or anything like that?
I just want to see Dustin get a win.
Yeah.
As
I
long as
kinda-
it's not
I
against
don't.
me.
I kind of don't. I kind of want to
wanna
see
do it.
the Detroit Lions of
See the
fantasy
over?
football. Yeah. I feel bad that it happens to be you, Dustin, but I mean, sometimes, you root for that undefeated season or you root for that defeated season. So, it's nothing against you. I just think it'd be kind of funny, and especially to build into that momentum for next year.
Yeah.
Something he really has to come back, have a grudge for or something. But he's just been struck with some bad luck, and we'll see. But yeah, hopefully that is something he can try to pull out. Maybe his one win could be someone that keeps someone out of the playoffs. That one guy who's on the ropes, and then Dustin just comes out nowhere. He's got nothing to lose. So we'll see. Anything, Andrew, that you want to add? Or?
I'm looking forward to this matchup with Brian this week. I think it's going to be a good match. I got to make some changes in my lineup due to 4 people being on bye week. Need to pick up some players. Definitely need to get a new running back. Jeremy Hill's just not doing it for me lately. But
it looks like they've trusted a little bit more in Giovanni Bernard, which. But I think Hill actually had somewhat of a decent game last week or whatnot. But so if you're looking to make some moves, guys, Andrew's looking to make some moves. He's got some good plays available. Make some trades, make some offers.
Need something to help my team out.
Yeah.
Desperate guys, come on, help them out a little bit.
I mean, come on, look at this. Come on.
A matchup of the week, we got Marcus and Dustin.
I would say that's the matchup of the week.
I would say.
It'll be a fun one to see.
Low scoring, you think?
I'm going to go with low
Probably,
scoring. I'll say less than...
It's a good assumption.
Yeah.
I'll say less than 100.
Less than 100?
Each?
Yeah. Each person is going to have...
Combined.
Combined, that would be terrible, but I think each of them is going to be under 100.
We could say that should be pretty good.
I mean, it's going to be tough now. People's good players starting to hit their bye, so sometimes when you go to your bench, the scores might dip a little bit. So,
well, the only game this week that was both teams had under, or the only 2 teams that had under 100 was you and Robert.
Yeah.
So
That's true. Yeah, we'll see. So, but other than that, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for us here. So that was your recap and a little midway through the season chat sesh, the brew, whatever you want to call it. So, other than that, we're signing off, and we'll see you guys next week.